तो फिर ये ओप्स्ट्री या कोई दूसरा नाम, उसका आइडिया आया कैसे, कैसे बात हुई आप लोगों की?
So I don't think we did so much analysis, business planning, क्या होगा, कितना बड़ा कंपनी हो जाएगा, etc. We just started working together.
वो कहाँ पे मोमेंट आया when you started thinking कि yes, we can solve it also?
So amalgamation of all these things convinced me that okay, this is something where we can bet our money on.
But if it is, I am just searching and it is getting down at that moment, you are losing the customer. So there is a direct business impact.
Lot of customers have come to us in very difficult situations.
I am sure there might be some unique challenges which you would have faced during this journey.
So Sandeep is passionate about community.
And the good thing is, this time Shankar is accepting it. Not like COVID, he was saying कि COVID है ही नहीं. तो आपके लिए ये मुश्किल नहीं है कि शंकर को कन्विंस करना है कि इस एरिया में हमें इन्वेस्ट करना है.
Will be people who will take time to adopt, and this wave will be there for 10 years. So people should not worry that tomorrow everything will change, but adoption has to happen now.
Welcome back to another episode of Techie Talks with Kuldeep. I am your host Kuldeep Singh. So far, you have seen us having one-on-one conversation with the founders and technology expert. But this time, we are bringing all the founder of a company in a single frame so that you do have more wisdom and knowledge within the same time frame. Today, I am excited to have Mr. Shankar and Mr. Sandeep joining us from the SRY Solutions. SRY Solutions is a global brand now having multiple offices across the globe. Sandeep, Shankar, welcome to the show.
Thanks. Thank you very much, Kuldeep.
Thanks, Kuldeep.
So, Sandeep and Shankar, before SRY, were you knowing each other and what were you doing?
So I was working with Global Logic, and then I joined Zebia.
Okay.
So in Zebia, we met. Both of us met with each other. And basically we met with each other to prepare for Amazon interview. So I was preparing for Amazon interview, and Sandeep was likes to work with puzzles. So not that he was preparing for Amazon, but he likes to work with puzzles.
Yes.
So that is when we got closer. Then we also did lot of presentations and conferences together.
Okay.
And then I moved on to Accentive, and Sandeep moved on, but we remained connected.
Okay.
Sandeep?
I started my career from Nagaro. It's a service-based company.
Yeah.
Stayed for good 5 years there. Then joined Zebia, where I met Shankar. Formed good, I'll say relationship. But I think when he moved to Accentive and when I moved to Snapdeal, there our bond grew stronger. So we used to talk to each other कि we are doing something, मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, वो क्या कर रहे हैं. All these discussion used to happen.
So you observed already the friction of the development and operations during that time itself, or was it later?
No. It was much later.
Okay.
So basically, while in Zebia, Sandeep was pushed into doing something called DevOps.
Yes.
At that time, this
there was no term
like DevOps was not there. But he, for a company called Beachbody, he was asked to do the complete operation streamlining. So Sandeep felt that was not his right utilization and wanted to change his job. So when he went to the market, he found that everybody was wanting to hire him for his scale of operations rather than for development Java. So that is how probably he moved to Snapdeal. But till then we were more like I was always wanting to do product development. So with other friends, I started a few initiatives on developing something like Google Maps, Waze, etc. And Sandeep was in parallel building his own DevOps. Sandeep, you talk about it.
Sure. So when you talk about this developer and operation friction, so as Shankar said that in Zebia, I was a developer.
Yeah.
And I have asked to do the operations. As well.
Yeah.
So there was no friction. But once I moved to Snapdeal, there I have to own the ownership of this build and release engine.
Yes.
And there we had that construct of friction. Because then developers are other stakeholders and I was the other stakeholder who was managing operations. And there we used to have a lot of fight. That okay, you have broken the code. No, your infrastructure is not ready. So there we used to. So there I got to know it much better.
Okay.
The DevOps construct. Till that time it was more build and release engineering. But then I understood that okay, dev has a certain mindset, operations has a certain mindset,
Certain mindset.
and somebody who knows, let's say, both the world.
Hmm.
For that person, it will be a very good opportunity to create a system which will bridge that gap. But you have to have understanding of both the world, and that's how.
तो फिर ये ओप्स्ट्री या कोई दूसरा नाम, उसका आइडिया आया कैसे, कैसे बात हुई आप लोगों की? एंड द ओप्स्ट्री वाज द अर्लियर थॉट नेम और डिड यू चेंज इट लेटर ऑन?
No, basically, we went very organically. So we did not know what was going to come, how we will grow. So we were started sitting together. We also hired one employee in Nehru Place metro station only. But we had to book a domain, create a website, and that is when on a video call, I remember we were on a video call, Google Hangout. We started thinking of name, and finally this name Opstree came up.
Okay.
That also is very interesting.
So the prior company that I was doing, so it has some tree. But then since we wanted to build this company in operations, so then we thought that this Opstree
is the right name.
Right name.
So Mindtree, from Mindtree.
From Mindtree, Opstree came into picture.
That's how we sort of coined this name.
Along also, just to add, the association that you're talking about, that when Shankar said that I reached out to him, one good thing about both of us is that we know the strength and weaknesses of each other.
Okay.
Right? So I knew that okay, I am a person who can work really hard. But let's say when it comes to strategizing, creating a vision, and ensuring that you, with your 200% effort, you will always work toward that vision. That is something I am. That is not my strength. But that is what Shankar's strength is. That so he can be a leader who can navigate the boat towards a certain direction. And that's why I reached out to him saying that okay, now I am doing work which I can do 24/7 as well. Let's say creating that vision, taking that direction, deciding what to do, what not to do. That is
exactly
also important. Right? That's where you should come and take us forward. So that was the reason.
बट शंकर, आप कन्विंस कैसे हुए? क्योंकि आपने तो वो टिपिकल जो डेव और ऑपरेशंस वाली लड़ाई भी नहीं देखी थी, तो आप कैसे कन्विंस हुए इस चीज को लेके?
मुझे लगता है कि it was more a friendly endeavor rather than a convincing each other. So we decided to work together, and Sandeep was already doing something and he needed help. So I don't think we did so much analysis, business planning, क्या होगा, कितना बड़ा कंपनी हो जाएगा, etc. We just started working together, and we did not know how far we will go. Only thing in my mind, I always used to tell Sandeep was that I don't want to do something small.
Okay.
Because if let's say we do something small, that much we can achieve by doing our job also.
Yes.
So I always wanted to do something big, and that is the only baseline we had in our mind, that we want to do something big. Other than that, I think we left everything to the providential scheme of things. And God has been kind. And we have been. Sandeep has been very hard working. I have also been putting my efforts, and it has come up well. Thanks to God. Kyo, Sandeep?
Or Sandeep, specifically because you have seen that difference, you saw that fight in the Snapdeal as well. So वो कहाँ पे moment आया when you started thinking कि yes, we can solve it also, right? It is not something unsolvable problem.
I think it started from Xivia. So when I was asked to do
the operation stuff,
at that point of time, it was very messy. So they used to take a week to do a release, right? And then when I get into the system, I realized कि ना ये field में there is not enough people, or let's say capable people are not there, and this is an interesting problem which impacts everybody in the ecosystem, whether it is developer, QA, and all those people. And something can be done which can be, let's say, solve this problem holistically. And that's how I realized that okay, this is something we should do. Along with that, when I resigned from Xivia, so I started taking interviews. So you won't believe, I took almost 90 interviews, something around that. And out of those 90 interviews, I was able to finalize only one person.
Okay.
So this is another thought in my mind that okay, there's a scarcity of people as well. So there are not good enough people who are there. And then while searching for job, Shankar said that wherever I was going, everybody was saying that okay, we have solved this problem, but this build and release or /DevOps, this is what we have not solved. So amalgamation of all these things convinced me that okay, this is something where we can bet our money on.
When we started the company, I think we focused a lot on learning. Immense amount of energy has been spent on learning. Almost 2-3 years we have, even now it continues to be like that. But for a very small early company of ours, for our size, the amount of energy we have spent on training people, learning, Sandeep himself trying to learn, etc. We trying to build a product early in our journey. We did lot of effort in trying to learn so that we could add exponential value to our customers. And that actually helped us a lot. That and also we were very lucky to have very sincere people join us in the, like they were all freshers by the way, join us, and they worked 24/7 for our customers, sleeping in the customer's office for a very long time. So that we were lucky, I can tell you. It is a cosmic alliance that we worked harder, we had right people, and we learnt a lot to deliver value to our customers.
But इसके अंदर में I wanted to come to the specific point, right? For example, there are many companies which are doing it, and there were many names also. The DevOps was also getting popularized. From your mindset perspective, right, and coming from the product to the services, how did you think of, hey, yes, we can do it, and this is a space, there is a space even for the innovation, and we can do it better? What were some of those thoughts?
Early, when we started early, I think first thing we realized was that I want to slightly differ, that there were not many companies who were solving this problem, by the way.
Okay,
We
so they
almost-
might be having the name, but not kind of.
We were almost had monopoly at that time. In 2015, 2016 time frame, it was almost like the NCR region. We were the only players with some very small competition from people who were also doing development. But for a company to be absolutely focused on such a niche space, we were almost alone in this space in the market in that time frame. But that did not take away the responsibility from us, by the way. So we wanted to be very committed to our to the business of our customers.
Okay.
And early when we started working with companies like Liberate or Big Parser, etc., we have like ensured that we remain deeply entrenched into the business of the customer, and that has helped us. They realized that we were doing exponential value for them, and we were very confident that we can do it. Sandeep himself was there, and we worked for very large companies in Australia.
Yeah, or even for McKinsey as well.
So like you mentioned very interesting point, right? So the customer business was your focus.
Yes.
Would you like to share some of the stats, maybe like where you increased the deployment frequency at that moment, reduce the release cycle from the very early days?
Yes, I think
Right. So I'll give you some example, right? So typically, let's say, usually at that point of time, most of the systems were manually built, right?
Yes.
So let's say if you have to provision infrastructure, that was being
Manually.
built manually. Observability, nobody was aware about observability, right? But one of the trait that we try to inculcate, at least I had that, and then we try to inculcate in everybody, is that it is very important that you understand business, and then whatever needed to fix those things, you should, via DevOps, you should do it, right? So which means that, let's say, if your website is going down, then which means that it needs to be observed.
Yes.
Or let's say if infrastructure provisioning is being done, obviously you can do manually, but then it is error prone. So I think from 2015 itself, we were using infrastructure as a code customer.
Infrastructure as a code.
People talk right now. Right? So usually whenever we used to go into the system that used to take, let's say, a week to get built, it was done in a matter of hours or days.
Hours or days.
We started doing it in 2014-15. At that point of time, we used to say that your infrastructure provisioning is done automatically. Your software configuration management is being done automatically. Your observability, you should have a complete holistic landscape. The only thing is that we never restricted to one tool. So if you talk about observability, right? At that point of time, Zabbix was a tool.
Yeah.
It is not like that we stick to it. We moved from Zabbix. We saw that okay, there is a new tool in Block which is much better than Zabbix. So we moved to Isinga. Then Prometheus, Grafana, Elasticsearch, all those tools came into picture, and we ensured that we keep on innovating and bringing the latest tool and technology. Same goes with, let's say, cloud infrastructure as well. Earlier it was done manually, then CLI came into picture, then Terraform came into the picture. So we ensured that we always remain ahead in the curve and implement the latest tools and technologies for our customers.
Salt Stack, Chef, Ansible.
Chef, Puppet.
Yeah. And I'm assuming, Shankar, they the business with whom you were working, they would have already shared, because, for example, if you just increase the deployment frequency, so now for them the feature which used to take like a month
Yes.
time, and you even reduce it to week, that the new feature is getting released every week, right? And the unavailability, for example, if the website is very good, the features are very good, and the Snapdeal could be a good thing, but if it is, I am just searching and it is getting down at that moment, you are losing the customer. So there is a direct business impact.
Right, right. Lot of customers have
Yeah.
come to us in very difficult situations,
Hmm.
saying that we are having problem. We have almost daily downtimes,
Mm-hmm.
and very frequently when we deploy code, it breaks, and our infrastructure fails when there is a lot of load, etc. And we have been very lucky to solve lot of such very complex problems for very large organizations.
Mm-hmm.
And while doing it, we learned, we have struggled, toiled a lot, but ultimately we have delivered very valuable outcome for all these customers.
Mm-hmm.
So we have also, so that is why we are unique as a company, is that we understand the development life cycle, because both of us were developers,
Coming
and
from
we
that
also
back.
understand the ops mindset.
Ops mind.
So we did not only work on the ops side, we also went to the people and talked about their development practices, talked about their branching strategy, how they should merge their code, etc. So we did not only fix the symptoms, we also fixed the main root cause. So that is why when we went to customers, we discussed with them, we brainstormed with them. Even now we do that.
Yeah.
We were able to help them in their architectural practices, and then also help them in their delivery practices. And that is why we could create much bigger impact in the customer landscape and value chain.
So it looks like you already implemented or tried to go more the shift left approach, right?
Absolutely.
So that the fixes are not just applied towards the end.
Right.
Yes, yes, and that is why I believe when we went, and when we, in the early days, when we used to go to customers and talk to them regarding, they were expecting us to talk about infrastructure, etc. We used to talk to them about the architectural practices,
Mhm.
and that used to help us close the deal very fast.
Yeah.
And 2015, 16, 17 time frame, lot of new startups were coming up, and they were very in nascent stage. They needed such help because
Yes.
they understood their business very well,
Yeah.
but they did not maybe sometimes understand how to deliver it absolutely perfectly, etc. So when we used to add that value for the customers, they used to appreciate us a lot, and that is how we could grow a lot. Sandeep, you.
See, this is a very important point,
Mhm.
that the value addition, the additional value addition that we used to bring into the table is that we were we were not just talking about operations, that okay, we will solve operations for you. We understand their business as well. We understand the complete development landscape as well. In fact, we used to have a very detailed discussion with customer that okay, if you want to go from monolith to
To
microservices,
microservices.
what should be the strategy? Whether it should be done in a big bang fashion, or it should be done in incremental fashion. For let's say for this particular domain, what should be your strategy? So it's so for customers, it was more like that. Okay, we understand their business and helping them there, and this is what we are doing right now.
I remember about an IoT customer, Sandeep.
Yes.
So there used to be an IoT customer, and they were having huge load because of their IoT
Setup.
hitbacks from their the cars. Actually, they were a car-based IoT company. So I think we did very unique solutions for the load management of the API hits from them, and I think
It was a complete synchronous system. But then we had a discussion with them, and then it was more like that. Okay, it's a huge traffic that you're sending.
And you can't really manage
It
in.
cannot be sync. It
Yeah,
can be
exactly.
synchronous system. So it should be a queue-based asynchronous
Yes.
system.
asynchronous at multiple levels.
Multiple level.
Yeah. So such things, I think it has been always has stuck with us. We remember those events, and believe that the kind of customer centricity we had has helped us come here, and that is what keeps us going further.
And the mindset shift also, right? Because that's also very much important. And you are right. I think at those moments, either the people were having the ops mindset, like people were knowing only the ops, so that's the mindset. Either the people who were really dev, who were not interested in this domain also,
Right,
to be very
absolutely.
fair, right? And but so how old is now ops tree? It's like
We started it's almost 11 years. We
11
started
years.
2014.
Mhm.
So yeah, in June 2014 is when we started.
So I'm sure like 11 year in it, even in a technology is also not as small, because the changes are coming too much, and even from the business perspective.
Right.
So we talked about, the scaling which you have done, which is very much visible from the customer base, from the office base, from, the strength base. But I'm sure there might be some unique challenges which you would have faced during this journey. Could you describe, what were some of the core challenges? How did you like navigate through them during this entire time?
So I think in an entrepreneurial journey, every stage brings a new challenge in front of.
Okay.
So when we started, the first challenge was how do we hire?
How do we hire?
How do we hire? So we did not know how to hire. We knew that Naukri was a portal, but how do we take Naukri license and etc. So I had a friend, he was running a company. So I took the Naukri username portal from him, said yaar aaj dophar ko chalane do and all that. And then we started calling ourselves. And very luckily that day itself we hired 2 people.
Okay.
But where do we call them? Because if we call them to our office, they will not join us, because it was very small, dim lit office, not so beautiful. So we called them to the subway sector 16. And then we had a discussion with them. We convinced them. They already had an offer. So and luckily they joined us.
Okay.
So the journey, whenever you are in an entrepreneurial journey, every stage brings very unique challenges in front of you. And I have always been telling Sandeep that the company grows because of the evolution within. So both, like initially both of us and now a lot of leaders have to grow every day and become better, and as a result of that the company grows. So we have had multiple challenges, sometimes receivable crisis. So from a very large customer, suddenly we had a complete ramp down.
Okay.
In 2017, Sandeep? 16, 17. No. So we were around 32 people company, around 10-12 people were with the customer itself. And we had a complete ramp down, but we took that as an opportunity, because at that time having talent available ready on bench was a very big problem, because we were building the talent and then deploying them also. So most of the time we will not have people, because small company, even two people requirement is a tsunami for us.
Yes.
So we got an opportunity when 10 very good people were available on bench. So we started going after very large customers.
Okay.
Because we could have got bogged down with that, but we said this is an opportunity for us. So then at that time we signed Fidelity, we signed Airtel Africa. So we signed some very large logos.
Okay.
So
like you that converted the problem into the opportunity space.
Right. Similarly, so company especially who is completely bootstrapped and self-funded, the finances management is very important aspect, right? And then that's why we were very cautious how we spend money in terms of, let's say, hiring people as well.
Exactly.
But then how to maintain quality of all those people.
Exactly.
So that was a challenge for us. But again, we converted it into an opportunity where we said that, okay, let's ensure that we build a culture of continuous learning. Improving people. And let's say whosoever joins us, take them to the next level of their capabilities and skill.
So you invested in their learning. So you already took that the DevOps continuous delivery to continuous learning focus.
Yeah, absolutely. So that has been the core for us always. Then later we found that building talent was not an easy problem.
Exactly.
So we launched our own Ninja program, which is almost 2018, 2018 time frame we launched. So till now it is running and doing very well. So now we have a separate company called My Gurukulam where we run this program, and we used to train people. It's a 9-month program now. Initially it used to be 3-month program. Now it is a 9-month program where we train very rigorously. We train people and they almost like get ready at 2 years, 3 years experience, starting from nothing. So like that. So at every stage we have sort of innovated and tried to find solutions to our own problems, and every time sort of instead of getting bogged down or got very sort of worried, we tried to find alternate solutions to our problems. But it has been there. Even today AI is bringing another challenge in front of us.
Yes,
we'll talk about it.
That we will talk about.
What we have learned is that there will always be challenges.
Agree.
The only thing is that whether you will get bogged down from it or maybe you will learn from that challenge and innovate and come up with some unique solution, or maybe use it as per your advantage.
Exactly.
So that's what we have learned.
So one such challenge, and I think even from the time period perspective also, like, your mid 5 to 6 year, like the year 2020 when the COVID hit us, right? I'm sure it was a challenge. So
Absolutely.
how did you convert that into opportunity? Would you like to share something on that?
Absolutely. I think first of all, we were in absolute denial
Okay.
that it was a problem.
Okay.
We were in absolute denial. So we felt there was nothing. It was all hype, etc. But suddenly on 17th March, I believe, or 19th March, the whole thing got shut down.
And then you realized, oh.
Then we realized it was real, because people were saying there is problem, but we used to come to office daily. We were saying kuch nahi hai, yaar, there's nothing. But then suddenly there was a complete shutdown. Luckily, from day one, we had given laptops to people, so that was not an issue. So everybody but immediately after shutdown, customers started coming to us for either ramp down, complete ramp down, or rate decrease.
Because they have lost the business.
They have lost the business. So they were asking us to give 50% discount or absolute billing stop for a few months. So what we said is, see, what is the point in reducing cost? Because if you reduce cost, both of us get impacted.
Yeah.
We have people available. So why don't you take more people at the same cost?
Okay.
This is something we offer to our customers, saying that we'll give you more capacity, we'll do more work for you at the same cost. And they got very hooked up to this idea. So,
that is also very unique idea, right?
So instead of reducing costs, some customers definitely had cost reduction, because obviously they did not have money.
Yeah.
Their whole operations got shut down. But people who were running business, they liked this idea. While there was some ramp down somewhere, we put them into these businesses to retain the business revenue for those customers.
Yeah, because then with these people adding innovation, I think they can bring certain more value.
Absolutely.
And that value was in the same cost.
Absolutely. So the customers were happy, we were happy, and we could retain revenue. That was one thing. Also, people were very cooperative.
Okay.
So we had to stop appraisals for 3 months.
Yeah, I agree.
Luckily, it was only for 3 months, because then again, the IT took a huge upturn, right?
Yeah,
in the COVID time.
Yeah.
The whole portfolio of customers changed, but new customers in EdTech domain, other domains which were all online businesses.
And the overall cloud infrastructure immediately got up because of the scaling requirement, because everything became digital.
Absolutely. But 3 months we had to stop appraisals, but everybody was very cooperative. We got some emails from employees saying that I can even take a hit on my salary, please let us know. So we had very good experience, and even like the company has been like that. The whole employee pool has been very closely linked with each other. So
one advantage that we have as a DevOps company is that so one thing is that you cannot, in one customer you cannot scale a lot. So typically, let's say you have a 100 development team, you will have 1 or 2 DevOps. So which means that, let's say if a customer gets impacted, the DevOps team will be the last one get impacted. That actually went to our benefit. The second thing is that sort of we were remote ready, because for a lot of customer we were working anyways remotely
for them.
So that also sort of helped us saying customer that okay, we will work remotely for you and all that stuff.
So although Shankar was not accepting that the COVID is here, but he was prepared to have the remote work.
we were lucky. We were lucky, very lucky. Yeah.
And then I think when the next the uptick of COVID come, that also helped us a lot.
That was huge time.
Because earlier we were very concentrated in NCR and Bangalore only.
Yes.
But then when this uptick of COVID happened, then the complete Indian geography opened for us.
For hiring.
Yes.
So if you look at our employee base today, we have people all across India.
Yes.
People from Kerala, people from Goa, like that. So every place will have people from.
And that also changes the cultural perspective as well, right? Because earlier it was like, in the physical setup, but now because you can have the virtual hiring also, so which means he can still be working from Kerala or
and bring diverse views, diverse festivals.
So what is one learning which you would like to share more from the team commitment perspective? Because you said, like, some people were even ready to take a pay cut also, right? Which is very good thing that they are supportive of the company, because if voluntarily, because if a company is not survived, right, they can also not survive it for the longer.
There was a time when we decided to pause hiring, and we took opinion from people. So the logic behind that, we said, is there are two options. One option is we sort of ask some people to go, we let go some people and keep the appraisal cycle maintained. And in the other option is we pause hiring and let everybody remain. Nobody will have an impact of job loss. And you will find that people are always ready to sacrifice for others. So if you explain it to people, the logic behind why you are doing this, people always want to work for the cause of the community. So we are like almost like a family. Obstry is a family. So when we said that, almost everybody said that if our doing away with appraisal helps others to retain their job, we are absolutely fine with that. And that was a complete, I think, 100% unanimous call.
Oh.
Not even single person said that nahi koi baat nahi. Why are you asking me to say?
Me to do exactly.
The important thing is that let's say if you have that feeling of trust among everybody, right? Then it becomes very, very easy. So the good thing is that we trust all our people, and then a same feeling is across the board as well. They believe, they firmly believe that okay, whatever they are telling, it is actually right, and there is nothing sugar coated or something like that.
Exactly.
So
उसमें openness बहुत critical है. You should be absolutely honest about what you are doing.
ठीक है.
वो बहुत critical है. लोगों को लगना चाहिए कि नहीं सच ही बोल रहा है. There is no other purpose behind what they are saying. And we have been like that forever. Like we have always been very open from our side, and then we have found that people have also been very open with us. Very open, very honest. They are able to ask very. So in the town hall I always say that you can ask me anything. I'll answer the question, or I say I cannot answer, or whatever. But it does not matter. You please feel free to ask any question. So like that, I have always been very open, and I have learned from Mr. Peter, who was the CEO of Global Logic at that time.
Okay.
Peter Harrison. So he used to conduct town hall. And everybody would be there in the town hall, and he would say, you please ask any question, I will entertain them. And he was very comfortable in taking those questions.
I think it is very much important, right? Because even like, the disagreement or agreement, it is always good to have the discussion.
Absolutely.
And one thing which I have noticed also, right? So you both are also having a very open discussion, right? And this is probably how you even started the company.
Yes.
But कुछ तो मैं भी ऐसी बात करना चाहूँगा, कुछ तो कभी कभी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हुए होंगे, राइट? एंड दिस इज व्हाई आई एम आस्किंग, नॉट स्पेसिफिकली बिकॉज यू हैव worked over the year, you have resolved it. Maybe someone who is just listening, starting a company, what are some of the things which they can learn how to manage the conflicts also among the founders itself?
Absolutely.
मैं इसमें एक चीज़ ऐड कर देता हूँ. शंकर काफ़ी बारी बात बोलते हैं कि हमने रियलाइज भी किया है कि फाउंडर्स में ना एक तो डिसएग्रीमेंट तब आता है जब कंपनी सक्सेसफुल हो जाती है. जब तक आप फाइट मार रहे हो तब तक तो फाइट ही मार रहे हो. तो वो एक चीज़ है. और एक सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट एंगल क्या है कि we have 200% trust on each other. So and then we become very candid with each other. So Shankar can give me any feedback, I can give any feedback to him, and we take each other points as a feedback as well.
Okay.
एक अच्छी चीज जो हमने बहुत बिगनिंग से कर दी थी वो sort of demarcation था.
Okay.
तो जैसे I'm playing the role of CTO, so which means that a lot of tech initiatives and all those things वो मेरे अंडर रोल आउट करेंगे and I can take all the calls. Obviously Shankar can correct me if needed, and he gives me complete freedom कि तुम्हें जो करना है करो. और शंकर को complete freedom है कि वो बीच में आके आ सकते हैं, रिव्यू कर सकते हैं वो सारा का सारा. बट बिजनेस स्ट्रेटेजी, अकाउंट्स, ये सारी चीजें शंकर डिराइव करते हैं. तो वो अगर एक बाउंड्री बहुत क्लियर डिफाइंड है, ऐसा नहीं कि किसी की बाउंड्री में आ नहीं सकता है, पर अगर बाउंड्री अच्छे से डिफाइंड है तो प्रॉब्लम आती नहीं है.
इसमें मैं थोड़ा और पीछे जाना चाहता हूँ. तो
ठीक है.
ट्रस्ट और फ्रेंडलीनेस इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट देन बिजनेस. अगर ये माइंड में होना चाहिए.
ओके.
एटलीस्ट दिस इज व्हाट हैज वर्कड फॉर अस. सो वी नो दैट व्हाटएवर आई विल डू विल बी इन द बेस्ट इंटरेस्ट ऑफ द कंपनी, and whatever Sandeep will be doing in the best interest of the company. and there is no doubt about it. ये होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. There is no doubt that I will do something for my selfish interest or he will do something for his selfish interest. When we are working for a common cause, there can be agreements that we can agree to disagree. Those are there, always there. But then we know that there is no selfish interest in what we are doing, and that keeps us going.
That disagreement is for a better thing, right? You might have a different perspective, and that is also true because that person might not have thought about it, that it is doing good thing, but if you do it in this way, the results will be much better.
For that you have to be open minded, right?
Exactly.
So you have to be open minded कि अच्छा disagreement तो होगा ही होगा. Now let's say neutrally review this कि अच्छा which argument wins, right? Logically कि अच्छा इसका क्या significance?
या कभी-कभी बोल सकते ठीक है, try करके देखो. Let's say somebody is very convinced about what you are saying. Then we should allow other to try. कि कोई बात नहीं, you please try and see what happens. I feel it may not work, but let's try. And that freedom should be there. If let's say I am doing something, I am leading something. Even if I believe there is something wrong, there is a doubt. I would have doubt on what I am doing. If I am leading that area, I should be allowed to try the way I want to do it. And
experiment also, right?
That
because until and unless we try, experiment, and even fail sometime, how we are going to learn new things.
तो आपको हो ही जाती है.
बिल्कुल. Okay, so trust is something, and I think the setting up the boundary, which I learned, right? Because it is also very much important.
So we have very complementary skills, by the way. So I do not know DevOps, so that's a very good boon for me. So I cannot go and say that I will write you Terraform stuff.
Interestingly, he doesn't know the DevOps, but then the complete product, DevOps product, he has built it.
He has built it.
So yeah, like हाँ मतलब ठीक है. And Sandeep is not interested in finance. पैसे से मतलब नहीं है. So that is also good. So that ways we are lucky each other. We love different things. So our passions are different. So
ठीक है. संदीप कह रहे हैं आप पैसा लेके आओ, बिल्ड में करवा दूंगा. आप उस चीज की चिंता मत करना है.
Right.
Good. And I think it is only the 11 years, right? And I am assuming you do have still very big goal which are yet to be achieved, or something which you are planning. And Shankar, which you already said, right? You build this company for the big goals, not for the small goals. So could you describe what are some of those things which are in your head, or which you have written already from the expectation perspective?
Absolutely. So we have never sort of gone and written our course or committed to a course.
Okay.
We have always worked very hard, and we have always kept medium term goals very solid, but long term goals we have always kept fluid.
Okay.
Always like that. But last decade we spent on trying to scale the company, bring it here, etc. And this decade we want to spend in making the company very valuable.
Okay.
By valuable we mean we want to climb the value chain, get into consulting. That is why we sort of renamed our company to Obsti Global Consulting now, because also the company is getting global, and we want to get into the consulting realm, try to add more value for our customers, get into deep tech understanding of different problems.
Okay.
So that is one area where, and our product build pipeline is also another thing which is leading the curve in the market. We are doing very well with our product. So so making the company very valuable in terms of delivery. So via products, which is Obsti Labs, and via services, and consulting, which is Obsti Global. So that is the idea. So this decade we want to get into being recognized as a very valuable tech player in the market. So that would be our soft goal rather than a very hard number based goal. That is the soft goal, very big target, by the way it is, because you are into a bracket, you are trying to do something to change the DNA of the organization into becoming something different is quite qualitative improvement which you have to make. So that is, Sandeep, you want to add?
From the technology perspective, right? What are your goal for the next decade or so?
आज के टाइम पे तो हर किसी का गोल है कि AI में we should do something, and that's what we are doing. But then as Shankar said that उससे बड़ा चीज हमने अपने लिए क्या गोल रखा है टेक साइड में कि we want to go beyond technology. So
okay.
और जो शंकर ने बोला कि वैल्यू लेडर चेन में we have to climb it up. So what we are saying that we just don't want to remain a tech company. We want to we want to become a business tech company.
Okay.
And this is not a lot of companies are doing, right? Who understand the business and then solve the business problem. Obviously via tech, you will solve it via tech. So for example, let's say we can say that, okay, we know that, okay, how DevOps or SRE for a telecom company can be done. Or a telecom company will always need, let's say, XYZ solutions. Or let's say for a red tech company. So that's where we want to go. We want to become expert solving specific business.
So domain-led tech company, that is the idea.
Okay.
So we want to be solving problems for a particular domain. So probably we'll pick some domains, but fintech is one of the primary area where we are looking at. Fintech, e-commerce, and retail tech. These are the areas where we want to focus a lot. So domain-led tech company is what we are trying to repivot ourselves into. So all our products and services will be organized around this area.
And even like from the tech perspective, right? So this is also is a good point. For example, there might be some new player which want to come or which is coming, and then this is where you can help them from the day one itself, because you do have this domain knowledge, and he might not have that expertise, that implementation expertise, and he might have a very good business understanding, business logic, what he want to achieve. But if he can achieve the IT efficiently, and IT can help him, in enabling the business rather than becoming just a cost center, which he also not worry, is
Exactly.
really a powerful
You
thing.
are bang on. You are bang on. That is what we are trying to achieve.
And in this series, I am assuming you are also scaling up your company offices also, right?
Yes, yes.
So where are you, like, further expansion plan?
So by the way, we opened our office in Bangalore. Now
Okay.
Mumbai is next.
Uh-huh.
So we now have 4 locations in India:
Uh-huh.
Noida, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Mumbai.
Okay. So you are covering all the corners of India, huh?
So US and Dubai we have an office.
Uh-huh.
US also we are having a sort of a very small office, but we want to set up a satellite office in sales office in US and Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
So sales centers in these 2 geographies and development centers in 4 places in India. That is the current understanding of, but it can evolve, get bigger as we go on.
And I think that will also give you very different geographical level, the IT requirement. For example, the same setup which you might say, hey, I can replicate in India. But if you want to set up in Dubai, right, due to regulation, etc., you need to have very different perspective, right?
So in fact, I was talking to one of the CTO yesterday itself.
Uh-huh.
So we were talking, he said that, so for example, in telecom,
Uh,
a lot of stuff is being done.
uh,
But if you go to Philippines, they are just getting started, right?
yeah.
The point is that you can say that, okay, we are a subject matter expert of how to telecom setup can be done, and we can help you setting it up. So when you go to the other geography, you take knowledge of that geography, you can easily bring that knowledge to another geography.
So by the way, yesterday I was in Dubai only. So Dubai office, we have an entity in Dubai, and we already have business in Dubai. So US also, we already have contracts in US. So US and Dubai is almost set up.
And how are you scaling from the people perspective as well? Because once you want to scale the office, you will also need the good people also, right? So what are some of the plans and goal in that area as well?
Sandeep, you will go?
From
So
the training and the other perspective.
Also, we have grown decently enough. I'll not say very aggressive, but at this point of time, we are 400 people. We want to grow to 500 people by the end of this year. This is the goal that we have, at least for a year.
And you do have your the DevOps program still going on, right?
Yeah,
This is
Ninja
something
program.
to help
So
also
there are-
upskill them.
Yeah, so there are two ways of hiring people. One obviously is little hiring, where we typically target 3-year plus experience of people via little hire. But then below 3 years, it is primarily our My Gurukulam program, via which we train people, and in a quarter time we induct almost 5-10 people from that.
And we are also investing a lot on our employer branding. We are looking for more avenues of making our company more visible to the potential employees. We have a dedicated HR marketing team for employer branding, and ensuring that the people who are looking at us, they know more about us. So that we are spending on, and we are seeing very good results because of those efforts.
And you are doing a lot of also the technical community work also,
Yes.
which is also very visible, right? And which is, by the way, a great thing, right? For example, this is something which is visible in the Delhi NCR, that you do have these weekly or bi-weekly session, and this is not just open only for the ops tree folks, but outside of the ops tree folks as well. So this is also a good
Right,
thing.
right.
So Sandeep is passionate about community. Yeah, very passionate. So
So we have always felt that, for example, take an example of DevOps. Now, matlab, it has built a lot on this community
Community
ecosystem
as
and open
perspective.
source ecosystem. And that's why we always felt that it is our moral responsibility as well to give it back to community. Now, there are multiple ways of giving back to the community. Obviously, one is doing some technical contribution in terms of blogs, or let's say doing some open source contribution. But then these community initiatives also becomes very important. One interesting thing that I'm seeing of late is that, and that's why we have opened our space for other communities as well.
Exactly.
That these days students are very passionate.
Yes.
Second year student, third year student, now they are passionate, but who will mentor them, who will guide them? So these events where they come and then let's say experienced people who can tell them, who can mentor them, guide them, this becomes a very good platform.
Agree, completely agree. And also, right, this is tech, right? And this is evolving very fast. So how you are going to handle these tech related changes? Because within your space, two things which I clearly see. One is the AI. I mean, when I say AI enabled ops, AI enabled data and everything. And second also, which is the next concept, is the platform engineering. These are the two concepts which are evolving very quickly. So how you are going to handle those things?
so platform engineering, we started investing in 2018 only.
Okay.
So 2018 we started this product called Build Piper,
Uh-huh.
and 2021 December timeframe is when we launched it. And we have had very good success with Build Piper. People have recognized that they would do very well to have a tool like Build Piper to manage their platform. And companies like Airtel India, Reserve Bank of India initiative company called Rabbit. There are other companies also of Reserve Bank India who are going to use. And companies in US like McKesson and Waste Management. These are Fortune 100, 200 companies. And a lot of companies in India are using our product. And Lenskart is one of the customers, and Lenskart has been using it for almost, I think, 3.5 years or now. And exceptional value delivery, the velocity the product enables, the kind of quality it guarantees, the compliance it takes care of, and audit compliance, etc., is amazing. And it gives exponential results to the customers who have lot of huge enterprise level workloads. And small companies who do not want to maintain their DevOps team, they can also leverage the product and absolutely run it without any need for DevOps teams, etc. So that is how. And we continue to invest in the platform engineering space via observability initiatives that Sandeep is running. Lot of other areas. We are doing a lot in the platform engineering, and we're getting very good value realization because of that. AI, we have built our own vertical, by the way.
Okay. So you have specifically built a vertical to focus on the AI and
data
data.
and AI. Data and AI. We have built a vertical, and luckily, by God's grace, we have production workloads running on AI now.
Okay.
So this is something which is very few companies can claim as of today. But we have done work which is running on production, delivering value for our customers, and we are also doing new work on AI ops. Very interesting, using MCP. So our Build Piper also has now MCP implementation, and we are using MCP to connect to the various DevOps tools. And now you can you do chat ops with the tools. Eventually, we want to do remediation and auto remediation, issue detection, RC, etc., which is in progress. So we have a dedicated team, internal team working on this project for us. So it's a very exciting time. It's almost like we are getting reborn. So we are reinvesting, regrowing, but luckily we have the edge. We are not starting from zero as we did in 2014. So we have the time and money and effort to take care of this and grow again.
So just to add to that, Kuldeep, so one of the advantage of being a service-based company is that, so let's say whenever a new innovation comes into the picture,
Exactly.
there's always a chicken neck problem.
Yeah.
That you have to work on it to get that confidence, right, or to have that expertise. But then whether you will build expertise or you will get the work. But being a service-based company, it becomes a bit easy because you have a lot of customers who may be planning to do this thing, and now if you can convince them, okay, we can contribute, or let's say we can get involved in that initiative, you can get that opportunity, right? Now, the philosophy or the core principle of OpsP was always that, okay, we should always be keep on learning new things, right? So let's say if you have this philosophy that, okay, whatever new that is coming into the ecosystem, we want to learn, we want to become strong in that, and then obviously you have a lot of customers via which you can jointly do these initiatives. Over a period of time, we have formed some strategic partnership as well. So, for example, we are AWS Advanced Consulting Partner.
Okay.
Or let's say talk about Google, in fact, right? So there it also becomes very helpful. So, for example, let's say AWS, when they launch some new tools and technologies, being there, it was a consulting partner, we get early access. Or they run some strategic initiatives where we actively participate. Just to give example, recently we formed a partnership with Google where the rollout of Google Code Assist across enterprises or other companies will be facilitated by OpsP.
No, that's very interesting, and specifically because in these technology space, and I think you have already mentioned it, right? So it is not like, when the keywords start becoming famous, you have already implemented it. So which shows that you have already given that edge. There might be some new problem, etc., but you are ready to take that challenge. And I think both these spaces are evolving very fast, right, as we know. And I do have one more thing. Like sometimes people might say, hey, AI is going to replace. I think AI is going to create much more ideas, because earlier the idea validation was also a big task, but now I think with the help of the generative AI, etc., people are able to get ideas very quickly, which means there is a chance that more and more such ideas will get into the space, and then of course you all require the tech to support it.
So AI will make disruption even faster. That's what I can understand. So initially somebody sitting in the garage still needed people to defeat a large organization, right? I think with AI and its capabilities, somebody sitting in garage can even defeat a large organization very, because the kind of velocity it enables with the ingenuity people have, it can change the space at which sort of technology changes, and that is another a very big challenge, by the way. So you cannot sit in peace hoping that you are doing great. Your people are there who are hustling around and trying to build new things and changing the world forever. So that is what I believe. So we have to be more agile, more ready to change, embrace change, do new things. So this time frame of stability has become shorter, even
Exactly.
shorter with AI.
I think with AI, what I'm seeing is that earlier there are different types of people and everybody can be accommodated due to different properties, right?
Yeah.
But I think now with AI, the original thinking or problem solving, this will become the most important trait.
Exactly.
Rest of the things, you will have multiple AI agents who can do it. So you have to be original thinker, you have to be, let's say, a domain expert or subject matter expert. Via AI, you can do that solutioning, right?
Yeah.
That AI anyways will do. Yeah. But then you have to have that skill. That skill will become very important.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
And the good thing is, this time Shankar is accepting it. Not like COVID, he was saying कि COVID है ही नहीं. तो आपके लिए ये मुश्किल नहीं है कि शंकर को कन्विंस करना है कि इस एरिया में हमें इन्वेस्ट करना है.
That's why you create MCP server for build 5.
Good.
If you will go to our website, you will see AI Experience Center coming soon. So we are launching our own experience center, AI Experience Center. So you can come online and experience our solutions by yourselves. So that is coming maybe next week. It will be live.
Yeah, and MCP is the biggest, right? For example, the MCP got launched in December 2024, right? We are in 2025. Within a 6 month, this has created a huge opportunity.
Absolutely.
Who would have thought that the people would be talking about it? Now Google launched A2A protocol. There are like so many standardization which are happening, which I am assuming that the AI which we were thinking like in 2030 it will come. Maybe in 2026 only the results will come.
Talk about any software, right? There will be an MCP server for that. Multiple MCP server, not one MCP server.
So basically, only thing I want to tell is, this is my opinion, that while there will be early adopters, there will be people who will take time to adopt, and this wave will be there for 10 years. So people should not worry that tomorrow everything will change, but adoption has to happen now.
Yes.
People who want to remain ahead of the curve have to adopt it now. Then you will be ahead of the curve. That is the idea.
On the technology change, I do have a philosophy like, hey, of course it is going to come, but it is like, hey, for example, you know कि wave कब आने वाली है. So if you know 10 minutes before, you can vacate that space, move to some other place. But if you are just waiting, I will only see when it come, then you will not have a chance to reflect on. So एक चीज मुझे बताइए, शंकर और संदीप दोनों, कि कल को अगर किसी और कोई कंपनी शुरू करने की सोच रहा है, he wants to and start into the tech domain, right? What are the one or two key advice which you would like to share it with them?
No, I have only one advice.
Okay.
That advice is, you have to be honest to your cause.
Okay.
And be persistent with it.
Okay.
Today today's generation has very low patience, basically.
Okay.
So, and the value relation, they want to get it very fast. Immediately, almost like yesterday. But good things take time, and if you want to build solid base and want to grow over that solid base, you have to spend time in building your base. So that is what is very, very important, and we should be working for the cause and not for some other benefits which are result of the cause. Like, we should not go after money, after funding, etc. We should be working for the cause to build a very good company, or a very good company which can deliver value for its beneficiaries, and that should be the focus. Everything else will happen.
So there are two advice. One is that you should be true to your goal, goal or whatever focus which you are thinking. And second is
persisting. Keep persisting with it.
Sandeep, yours advice?
So over some time, what I have seen is that a lot of people fail because they put half-hearted effort, hard-hearted efforts, right?
Yes.
Because they don't want to take risk. उनको लगता है कि यार अच्छा मैं entrepreneur journey करूँगा तो risk है. I will lose something. My only advice is that either so let's say whatever you are doing, you do that. But let's say if you are saying that I want to become entrepreneur, then it cannot be partial, or let's say कि अच्छा मैं part time करता हूँ, फिर मैं देखता हूँ. If you want to do it, go all in.
Okay.
Burn your all boats, right? You used to say that. Burn your boats and then go there. Otherwise, you will not be able to swim through.
And even from like another technology and the other perspective also is not to worry about the change. Change will keep on coming, right? Today there is a wave, tomorrow there is going to be the...
You should leverage it for your advantage.
Embrace the change.
Embrace the change. But another thing which I wanted to ask specifically to you, Sandeep, is how to take care of your health as well.
You should spend at least 1 to 2 hours daily.
Okay.
That's how you should do it. But again, you have to be passionate, as Shankar said that. So anything which you want to do, you have to be passionate for that. And you should enjoy it as well. So, जैसे I like playing sports. So, so then for my fitness, I selected something which is sport related, not going to gym or something. Otherwise, I would not have continued
doing it.
And then mentor is also very important. So whatever I do, at least I find some coach who will ensure that I come daily. मतलब वो बहुत important है.
I think that's it for this episode. I hope both of you would have liked it. Thank you, Shankar. Thank you, Sandeep, for joining and sharing the knowledge with our audience. The good thing is you not only shared the learning, but you also shared how to come out of those failure, from those risks, etc. And thanks for being also so much honest about sharing how did you even start this journey. So I'm sure this journey would be helpful for our viewer. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Kuldeep. This was amazing.
That's it for this episode of Techie Talks with Kuldeep. Until next time, keep learning, and keep innovating. Thanks for watching.